what's going on, fam? It's Austin with Gone in 60. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. I hope all of you had an awesome weekend. Hope you're having a great start to your week. In today's video, I want to cover the specs for my 2021 Chevrolet Camaro 2SS 1LE. I also want to share with you guys how they tried adding dealer installed options on the car, and I told them that was not an option. So I want to share how that conversation went. I want to share the specs. I want to share where the car's at and kind of when I'm anticipating to get the car. So with that, let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so let's jump into the car I bought, how everything is spec'd out, what kind of it looks like, and just some of the crazy experience I've had in buying it. But I'm finally getting a 2021 Chevrolet Camaro 2SS. I did end up getting the 1LE package. There's a lot of goodies that come with it. Red painted brake calipers, satin black hood, different rear spoiler, different suspension setup, sway bars. It's a $7,000 package. I'll leave a screenshot up here for you guys just so you can kind of see all the different options that it has. I don't want to go through them because honestly, it's a long list, but it's a $7,000 option. And so it's definitely pricey. But, you know, as I was looking at either a 2SS or a 2S 1LE, right now, Chevy's really not charging a lot of dealer markups on these cars, which I appreciate and I'm grateful for. So I figured, hey, if I'm paying sticker price for a car, I might as well pay sticker price for one of their more desirable trim levels, which is the 1LE. So I will share with you guys that I'm excited to announce that it will be a manual transmission car. So as you guys know, I love manual transmissions. It has auto rev match. It has no lift shift. It's pretty sweet. And everybody that has the manual in that rave about it. So it's the Tremec 6-speed transmission. I will share some other interesting features that it has in a later video, but manual transmission, guys. All right, so let's talk some color options. I had a hard time with this. I always have tough time with color options because there's so many awesome colors that all these manufacturers make. So for the longest time, before I was interested in a Camaro, I always thought Riverside Blue looked amazing. And I even have a Riverside Blue one that I was really close to getting. However, one color that I fell in love with was Shadow Gray Metallic. So I love the color of that car. This car is not that color. It is not that color because I couldn't get one in that color and find one in that color. I found several. I found some in Oklahoma. I found some in North Carolina. And they just went so fast, guys. These cars are going so fast, so I couldn't get one in Shadow Gray. I think that was definitely one of my top color choices. The other color choice that was a top one for me, so it was the Shadow Gray Metallic, which I couldn't do. And the second one, and this is the color of the car, is the Satin Steel Metallic. So it's not like a really shiny silver. It's really an interesting color, but man, it looks so good. I'll try and throw up on the screen for you guys maybe a picture of a car that I've seen that has that color. But as you guys look at kind of the rear end of the car where Chevy has smoked out these tail lights, with that color combination, with the tail lights, with the black bow tie, it's gonna look really good, and I'm really excited. So I had to have one of those two colors. I wasn't gonna settle. I looked at some white ones. I looked at Riverside Blue, even considered some red hot ones. But at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure that I got one of the two colors that were top on my list. All right, so let's run down some of the other specs that the car has. So obviously it has the 1LE package. The rims on the 1LE, guys, oh, they are the best looking rims you can get on a muscle car today, in my opinion. They look so good. I'm so excited for them. So it's got the 1LE package. A couple other things. There's one other thing that it has that I don't care about, but it was just spec that way. I couldn't build it, guys. I went in and tried to build a Camaro. If you guys haven't checked out that video, please go do so. But I tried ordering a 2022 Camaro, and it's just kind of a debacle in how long it's taking. So I'm just getting a made-to-order car. So the one option it has I'm not crazy about, it has navigation on it. That's $400. The other option that it has that I love and I've wanted for a while, and I know this sounds silly, but it has red seat belts. So I think that'll look amazing. So it has the black lug nuts and lockout wheel option. And so the lug nuts will all be blacked out with those rims. They'll look so good. They'll look awesome. It also has something that I'm excited about. This wasn't a want. Well, it wasn't a need or really a want. It was just kind of, hey, it'd be a nice to have. And it has the performance data recorder. So those of you that maybe aren't familiar with Camaros, in the 1LE package only, along, I think the ZL1 might come with it, but I'm pretty sure you have to get it in the 1LE package. It has the performance data and video recorder. So on your infotainment screen, it will record the audio inside of the car, and it'll also have an outward facing camera that can share with you the gears that you're in, the RPM. So it's literally recording how you drive out there. And I think that would be fun, as I'm kind of doing POV drives with you guys. I'm kind of just doing kind of my daily run around and just kind of share with you guys stuff about cars and everything automotive that would be cool for you guys to see kind of where I'm at gear wise, what I'm shifting through, what it looks like. The video quality is okay. I think it's like 720p, but it is something that I thought would bring a cool element to my videos. So that is an option that the car has. So outside of that, guys, that is how the car is spec'd. So red seat belts, black wheel lug nuts, the navigation OL, and then the performance data and video recorder. So I'll share in another video what I paid for the car and all of that, because we're still kind of, you know, I mean, we've negotiated a price. I am trading in my Bullet Mustang. I'll share with you what that looks like. Obviously this car isn't local to me, and you know, and so I'm going to be shipping my car there, shipping my car back. As you guys know, I've driven a couple cars across country back, and I just don't want to do that unless I had like some track tape or something to protect my car. But next up, guys, I want to share with you how this deal fell through and how it quickly came back. So I want to share with you guys kind of what that looked like and what all went down, because it was kind of crazy. So let me jump into how this deal almost fell apart. So what I learned really quick in my car search process is you need to be ready to buy a car right then on the spot, especially when it comes to Camaros, because the factory's been shut down. There's not a lot of inventory, and the ones that are in transit, which this one is, they go super fast. I've had experiences where I lost the car because I was literally on the phone with the sales rep, and another sales rep was on the phone with the customer, got a credit application faster than me. So once I decided all the features and that I like this car, it was spec'd how I wanted, it has one of the colors that I think is one of the best colors, I was like, let's roll, let's do it. So this is something I do with all dealerships, but I say, send me everything. Send me any fee. I don't want any surprises. Send me everything. And the quote looked fine other than a couple items. It had a $200 or $300 charge for tint, which I don't want to do. And the biggest one was $600 for a 5-year protection plan is what it said. And I told my sales rep, I said, look, it's almost a principle thing for me, but I do not buy cars from dealerships that add on things to the car that I don't want. I'm paying all this money for a car. I get why you guys do it, because they get kickbacks, they get incentives. It's ways they can make money off of you. And I am telling you guys, you don't have to do it. My wife's minivan, they swore to me that these are 2 things that they add to her car. I said, I'm not paying for it. And with this, I said, look, you know, I don't want to do it. I want to get it tinted where I'm at. I don't want the 5-year protection plan. And I said, oh, by the way, what is the 5-year protection plan? And they go, well, we put nitrogen in your tires, you know, it really helps for this. And I says, look, I'm sorry, if we can't remove those off of the quote, we don't have a deal. Because look, I'm not going to haggle with you on the price of the car. You know, we've already discussed kind of my trade-in. I was ready to roll. I was ready to move. I've been going through this process now for a few months. And so the salesman walked away. I contacted the appointment setter who got me connected with the sales rep. And I said, look, you were awesome to work with. Thank you. However, if you guys can't remove those 2 things off the car, I told the salesman I'm out. Well, she calls me back and she goes, well, I talked to the rep, and, you know, are you sure you understand what the 5-year protection plan is, that you get nitrogen filled in your tires? I says, look, I don't mean to cut you off. I do not want that, and I do not care for that. I am paying MSRP for the car. If I have another $1,000 in add-ons, it's just less equity that I have in the car. I won't ever see that money back when I go to sell it. I won't. And I would rather tint it where I'm at with a shop that I think can do a great job. I don't know how their tint specialist is. So she convinced the sales rep to drop those fees, and we made a deal. Now, I've not put a deposit on a car. They wouldn't let me to put a deposit on it because they said, look, the car is yours. Don't worry about it. The car is done. It's just waiting for a chip. It hasn't been sitting on a lot for months, but it is done. And they assured me that, hey, probably by, you know, mid-August, I should have the car. So I'm working out an arrangement to ship my car to them and ship this car to me. I've had videos that you guys have seen from other cars I've bought where I've driven the car across country home, and I don't want to do that. I think you need to take a lot of precautions when you do that because it can damage your car, and I've experienced it firsthand. So anyways, guys, we settled on a deal here. In probably a week or two, I'm going to put a deposit down. The dealership was actually really good. The owner says, look, I don't want you putting a deposit down holding this car when we really don't know when the car is here. We haven't gone through a credit application and stuff because that's usually only good for 30 days, but we're anticipating about mid-August. The car just barely got finished like a week or so ago. It's waiting for a chip, and yeah, so that's kind of where it's at, guys. And the deal, the specs, how the deal almost fell through, but I stayed true. I feel if you're gonna buy a car today, get the car that you want because you're gonna be paying a lot of money for it, and get a car that even though you're paying sticker price for it, that is gonna hold its value out of all of that lineup. And I felt like the 1LE is that option, and honestly, I got it spec'd how I wanted. There's a couple things, yeah, I didn't get, but sometimes that's a trade-off in the market that we have. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already to the channel. We're just getting faster, we're getting better. I really appreciate all the support from you guys, but that's how I'm speccing my 2021 2SS Chevy Camaro, and I hope you guys have an awesome day, and we'll catch you on the next video.